Bro, just take a second and imagine this. You're finally locked in, you're staying consistent, and you're going to the gym. You're in the gym, you're lifting hard, you're sweating, you think you're doing everything right. And then you go to shower after. And when you get out of the shower, you look in the mirror and you see the same belly. You see the same soft arms that you've always had. And then you tell yourself, maybe I'm just too old for this, or maybe I just need to train harder. But that's the lie. The truth is you're wasting your energy on the wrong methods, and it's not even your fault. Because last night you watched a YouTube video that says supersets are the key to getting jacked, or you saw this guy on Gear say that slow eccentrics are the key. Well, today I'm gonna go over the 10 biggest myths that are actually holding you back in the gym. And I'm gonna go over exactly how to fix them so you can start to build muscle consistently, whether you're brand new to the gym, whether you're advanced in the gym, whether you're young or whether you're old. Okay, starting off with a huge myth that is still floating around is that you need deload weeks. Okay, you've trained hard for 4 weeks, now all of a sudden you need to take a week off. The real problem is that you're just training wrong in the first place. Your programming is wrong, bro. You don't need to get out of the gym just because you're finally locking in and staying consistent. If you train with the proper intensity, but you program yourself the proper amount of volume, then your body doesn't need these scheduled breaks. You're already recovering because it's part of your program. The second myth is that slow eccentric reps build more muscle. Let's be clear, controlling the weight matters so you don't end up injured and then you can't even go to the gym. But artificially slowing down the negative just to make it slower, or a 5 to 10 second negative, that's just wasting effort. You need to lower the weight with control. You need to have a full and proper range of motion, but you need to save your energy for pushing hard on the actual lifting part. Next is these drop sets and supersets. Do you really think rapid fire sets with 0 rest will build you more muscle? All you're doing is accumulating fatigue. You're gonna cause your muscles in your body to feel burnt out. That burn isn't even hypertrophic. Your muscles grow on the reps close to failure. So pick one exercise, but do 1 to 2 really hard sets with it, and make sure you're taking a proper amount of rest between the 2 sets. More volume just does not equal more growth. People think, oh, I'm not growing enough, I need to do more. No, bro, what you need to do is stop taking your sets to mild discomfort. You need to be training to failure, which means you can do less sets, but you need to make sure you're doing them properly and focus all of your effort and all of your intensity on those few sets, because that's really what you're in the gym to do, is those few hard sets. It's more about quality, not quantity, which brings me to the next myth, that high reps build more muscle. If you're natural, one of the keys to building muscle is going to be getting stronger, but also recruiting your fast twitch fibers, which are the ones where you will see the most growth, and they're stimulated best in the 5 to 10 rep range, so heavy weights. All you need is 5 to 10 reps pushed to failure that challenge you, and this is enough to grow. Have you ever went in the gym and you get a crazy pump, you feel all swollen up and it feels amazing? Well, the problem is that that pump doesn't necessarily mean you're building muscle. It's just blood flow at the end of the day, and it doesn't mean anything if you didn't get enough mechanical tension and progressive overload to actually force your muscles to grow. You need to be tracking your real strength progress, not just chasing a pump. Okay, let me ask you something. Have you ever been sore after a really intense leg day? Well, you probably thought, dang, I hit my legs really hard, I trained really hard, they're gonna grow. But myth number 7 is that soreness does not equal growth. Actually, too much muscle damage will halt your recovery and can actually hurt your muscle building potential. The goal isn't to go in and literally beat your muscles to pulp and destroy them. It's to go in the gym and stimulate them to grow. You don't want to fall into the trap of keep your heart rate up or stay moving because short rests build muscle. No, short rests will prevent you from lifting heavy and getting the most out of your next set. This is why people go in, they hit a heavy top set of bench, and if they try and hit it again right after, they literally can't. But if they take adequate rest, they can actually get really close to the same amount of reps that they did the first time. So rest 2 to 3 minutes between your sets. This will allow you to actually lift like you're supposed to. And then myth number 9 that people are talking about is lengthened partials are so superior. If you're in the community, you've also probably heard people say that we don't really know what happens in the stretch. And the truth is that yes, training muscles in a stretched position can help to a certain extent, but overdoing partials can limit your full stimulus. Use full range of motion, but focus on proper technique. You don't need all these crazy fancy techniques to grow. Just stick to the basics and do the fundamentals well. Myth number 10 is that complex programs are gonna be better for you. Listen, you might be a father, you might be a busy professional, you might be a mother. Or you might just be someone who wants to go in the gym and see results. But you don't need complicated spreadsheets, periodization, or reps in reserve apps for tracking. You need a few basic exercises with weight that is heavy enough to stimulate growth that you are beating each time you go in the gym. You need proper rest, and you need consistent progressive overload. These are the basics that you stuck to when you started training, and they still work the best now. So if you're still struggling, it's not your age, it's not your genetics. You're just doing things and listening to people telling you to do things that aren't actually helping you. Muscle building, especially if you're natural, is brutally simple. You can train fewer sets, but harder. You can focus on real effort, not these intensifiers like drop sets, supersets. You can stop chasing all of the novelty that you hear about online. You need to eat well, you need to train hard, you need to get out of the gym, and you need to recover well. Start by tracking your strength and beating it every time you go in the gym. The formula hasn't changed, you just need to follow it. If you are feeling stuck and you need any help at all, reach out to me on Instagram. And if you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe, because we're building the best version of you right here, right now.